One, here we go. Hey guys, how are you?
Hey, how's it going? Happy
Good.
Monday.
Al, yeah, happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everybody. I hope everybody had an enjoyable July so far. I mean, man, July has flown by so far. How about
Oh
how
my
about
God.
you? Yours has just been
Yeah,
it's
Oh,
fast,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, July. What are we? Today's the 17th. Yeah, we're halfway through July. I mean, somebody posted in Ray Kelly's show just a few minutes ago, 5 months till Christmas. I was like, what? I told him to shut up.
That's actually pretty unique perspective, you know.
Yep.
Hey, Roger. Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim, how you doing, buddy?
One of seven
Jimmy,
drones is
Jimmy
in here.
J's in the house as well. How y'all doing? Thanks for
Yeah.
stopping by.
Hey, thanks for coming by. Appreciate you guys saying hello.
Barkley's in the house. East Coast
I
Thrills,
know. I saw that.
Rocket
What was
Rothschild.
happening?
Yep, Fly Guy Merrill, everybody. Yep, hello y'all.
Well,
We missed a couple of weeks there, Al. The World Drone Community and Duranify. We kind of had some vacations in there. A couple of things going on. Folks probably didn't know about, but um,
yeah, a lot of stuff is going on, right? Jenna, you're trying to get your house ready for the market. I'm trying to get my house ready for the market. I'm trying to find a house. You're trying to find a house, and so it's been a very eventful summer so far. And then on the same time, I've been trying to get as much skiing in as possible, and I've been doing okay until last week when my boat broke. So now I got to work on the boat.
yeah, that's not good. Right in the middle of the summer, your boat breaking.
I know, and it's sitting on the lift on the water, so it's like so nice. All you do is drive up, turn the key, and go. No packing, unpacking, you're just ready to go. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's another story. So Jenna, did you fly your brand new winnings yet?
not yet, not yet. And the reason why is I am still getting used to this bad boy, bad
Yeah, that was fun.
whatever, and it is fun because yeah, the first time that I flew this, and I've only flown this just a couple times because I get to fly it on the weekends pretty much.
Mhm.
The first time I flew this, I I did what they call the drone dribble. It's like dribbling a basketball.
Oh
I
yeah. Boom.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, but I mean, like, fly through a couple layers of pine trees, go on the road
Oh
backwards,
oh.
back, and then back, and
Yeah,
then
that
back,
was a little bit more juice.
and then back. And seriously, I mean, I call it the drone dribble. So, or dribble
Well,
drone.
actually, you should call it Jenna's tree service.
Oh, I gotta like send it in the Ken Heron's crash video because it's a good one. Like I said, you flying through the pine trees and
Oh yeah.
hit the roads. I mean, you hit it hard 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Anyway,
So everything survived. I guess it survived though, right?
so
Yeah,
it's
that
yeah.
frame
And
is
the only thing I
incredible.
did with the one time was just I bent the propellers
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
put a little crack in the lens on this, but it's fine.
Oh, okay.
You know what your next step is? You're going to be making salad.
Wait, what am
You'll
I gonna
be
do?
making salad, which
Yeah.
when
Oh, no,
when
no,
you're about to hit the branch, just hammer it a little harder, and it'll go right through it. Zzz.
no. Well, if I had the control of it going through the pine trees, maybe I could have. Because seriously, I mean, it was going straight back, but
Uh-huh.
since it was the first time I'd flown it, it was like, you know, the
Hey,
holy crap moment.
welcome
So,
in Lee, Yellow Rose Drones, Joe Fodiet, Leo. Hey, how y'all doing? Thanks for coming by.
What that is,
DeMarco, DeMarco's in.
that is fantastic to have everybody here. Hey, Joe,
Yeah,
thanks for coming
a
by.
bunch of folks
yeah.
in.
Appreciate it, Lee. So, Jenna, did you actually put your goggles on, or you just flew the line of sight?
Oh God, no, no, it was all goggles.
Yeah, thank goodness, right? Without, I don't know how. I mean, I can fly it line of sight, but I can't go very far because I could lose orientation.
Yeah, yeah.
And so then you have to go, is it coming to me or is it going away? You're
I
guessing.
No way I could actually figure. I mean,
Yeah,
figure that out. And I'm not bad at like taking it off and like flying it around and stuff. I mean, I've gotten a lot better at it, but I
it's
mean, just still learning it. Just what it can do and kind of. just the feeling of it, just what it feels like, and so yeah,
Very nice craft. Very nice
it's
craft for
fun.
sure.
I mean, flying this, it's versus camera drones versus the Avata. I mean, all three of them are a different beast.
Oh, I bet.
I've changed my name from camera drone to picture drones, and that is because of I'll be drone. Oh, Danny, Danny, I've been flying with this guy. He's a country boy. He is all Richmond, real nice guy, and he loves flying FPV. He doesn't call them camera drones, GPS drones. He has picture drones.
Picture,
Picture drones.
Picture drones.
give me a
I,
picture
yeah,
drone.
I flew my picture drone right down that hallway and came around and came back. Yep.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think he still has his Phantom 4. But anyway, let's get back on topic. We're at tonight's topic, guys. We're going to be discussing the Air 3. Is it really going to get released in in July? I think so. Uh,
Well, it seems to be. I mean, there's been a major that person that the leaker called Igor Bogdanova, or I can't say his last name.
yeah,
There's a tweet video of a little bit more of the drone that's out now. I know Ron Brown and they're going to be showing that probably tonight. So we'll get a little more information later on the show tonight about that.
yeah, I believe you're right. And I was just reading through some of the Drone XL. I guess that's who posted the last kind of fib on the release date. He's thinking it's going to be at the end of the month too. So,
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be like next week sometime. Next week, no later than the end of the month.
and Quadcopter's text says Air 3 laugh out loud, right? Hey, it's going to be a nice picture drone. There is no doubt about it. It's going to be a very nice picture.
If it's going to have more obstacle avoidance, I'm interested in it. I think it's not going to have spherical obstacle avoidance. It's going to have perimeter, right? I think that's what most folks are saying, because it's going to have the lenses pointing out at an angle on the back end and the front end. So that would give it just the horizontal obstacle avoidance and the downward sensing. So you wouldn't have anything upward, but that would be a really cool feature for a Air series, DJI Air series drone. It would be a first.
Yeah, you know what? It might have it covered to some degree because of the fisheye's angle in the back of its neck. You know how it has it on the back of the neck?
Hmm.
Because, I mean, those field of view and those lenses are just so wide. You
Yeah.
know, if you look at yeah,
And I'm sure they're probably getting much, much better with the software and maybe even AI type of programming in it to stitch all that together and predict a little bit better for obstacle avoidance is what I'm trying to get at.
yeah. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that are happening because of the Air 2S being announced. I mean, a lot of people are selling.
I mean, Air 3.
I
Air
mean, it's
3.
Air 3,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
mhm.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, so how many people are? I mean, you Air 3, Air 2, Air 2S. I mean, are you going to keep it or sell it?
I, I'm currently just keeping a hold of my Air 2S now. Seeing what the specs are here in the last week or two, a couple of weeks, it's very interesting, the Air 3. But I have a sneaky suspicion DJI is going to do the same thing they did with the Air 2. It'll be an S at some point, probably 5 months, 6 months, 8 months afterwards. I don't know what they'll need to do to improve upon the Air 3, but I'm having a hard time saying Air 3 and not Air 2S. But I think for me, I'm going to hold on to the Air 2S at least until people get these things in their hands and find out what it's all about.
well, if you're in the market for a nice picture drone, I mean, right now is the time to buy a used one for sure because
Yeah,
everybody.
Oh
I mean,
God.
the price on the 2S has dropped from what 900 to 700 to 500 now.
yeah.
I've seen it on Facebook Marketplace as low as 500 now. So yeah, I just don't. Yeah, it's definitely going to change the landscape for sure of that whole ecosystem that they have. And it might even eat up a little bit of the Mavic 3 market. We'll see. We'll see.
It might, but wouldn't the Maverick? I mean, that's just like I mean, that's a high-end drone.
It
Right?
is.
That's, I mean, it's a hell of a picture drone and video drone.
And it's got two cameras, so you're not going to degrade your zooming in at all.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you got your wedding picture shot camera. That's what I call it. You know, which is what I think it was a 66 millimeter. I think it was. So don't quote me on that, Brad. You probably have stuff. I don't.
No, not right at the moment. I was looking for it. I got distracted.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, the specs. Well, the one thing that's interesting to me is also, I don't know how much more battery life we need, but it's in the 40s is what they're saying. Now, realistically, it's probably not 40 minutes,
That's
but
a
I
lot
mean,
of minutes.
it's a lot of time in the air. And most folks, and I've heard it on a number of shows, people talking, the panel, the guests, the host, anything over about 30, 35 minutes. I mean, you're ready. You should have gotten everything you needed, or you've had enough fun with that one battery to move on to another one. Unless you're doing a live stream or something and you want to keep the bird in the air for a sunrise or
Oh, you're
something
doing
like
a
that.
chase. A
Yeah, or you're
chase.
doing a chase. Right, right.
A chase will definitely put you out there a long ways. You know what I mean? And then you're like, okay, I better get my butt back. Let's say you're chasing a boat, right? Yeah, it would be definitely interesting for
Well,
sure.
that also that comes to mind is like a time lapse or a hyperlapse.
Yeah,
So those type of things could come into play with a longer battery life. You get a lot more out of it, and those are getting better and better as well. Some of the city shots I've seen, some of the droners do are really cool with either traffic or sunrise,
I
sunset, or
agree.
there's been a lot of cool looking ones I've seen over the last couple of months.
Yeah,
With
and when
I think Mavic 3 is what I've seen some folks using.
and when you have that much activity going on, I mean the hyperlapse just looks so cool.
Yeah.
Like, like
And that could be one of the things that maybe as they start to, I mean, because you're only going to get so good with the cameras and battery life at the end of the day. So, and then it's going to be sensors. But I mean, Brad, like you were saying a little bit earlier when the show started, it's that AI predictive nature of how to avoid stuff,
Hmm.
or maybe even simpler ways of how to do stuff. You know, hey drone, I want a time lapse. I want a 7-second time lapse.
Yeah.
We're there.
Yeah. Well, we're getting there. I mean, that stuff's coming a lot quicker than probably folks want it to come because that AI stuff is no joke. It's scary.
it
Um,
is because
it's very scary.
it,
Yeah.
It's
you know what?
cool. I
Yeah,
love the tech. I love how it works, but I see where it's going and how quickly in the upcoming years it could get completely out of control. Even military type stuff, other countries. I mean, this stuff it could be I don't know. I don't want to say it's a doomsday machine type of thing, but it could really be bad for us in the future, in the near future.
well, here's the deal. With all the predictive analysis now with AI, so let's say I decide to track Brad while he's out doing his morning bicycle run, and he does it every time the same way. And if we chase him with a drone the same way, you'd wonder if he would get smart enough to predict where you were going.
Yeah, true.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I think that's definitely a thing that's going to happen with a lot of devices, techie devices in the near future. Drones, cameras, 3D printers, which that's already happening. Laser engravers, all these techie things that I have and play with, and cars. We already have all the AI stuff that's coming in cars like Teslas, and it's just everywhere. These What's even more scary is that this AI stuff could start taking over. I mean, I hope not, but if we build an AI to be smart, it's going to get smarter and smarter and smarter if it's built correctly. And that's, in a sense, that's what we're seeing already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it can build itself, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if an AI is controlling, you've got automation in manufacturing these days. But if you build AI into automation or manufacturing, they essentially a plant could run itself with robots. I mean, at some point.
I mean, look at today. We could sit on our couch, do our way maps, right?
Right.
Put the drone outside and fly,
Jim,
and,
yeah.
and come back. To kind of dovetail with what Jim's
Well,
drone was
what's
saying.
funny and not funny at the same time, Jim, he brings up a good point there. Jim's drone, and Jim, it's already possible to do that. You just set waypoint a mission in, right? And you just set the drone off and let it go. It's
Yeah,
already there. And even beyond that, I think about these drone fireworks type shows. They don't call them fireworks, but I mean these things are
yeah.
smart. Those are getting smarter and smarter and smarter. It's an amazing what they can do with it.
I saw my first one over Memorial Day at Norfolk, Virginia. It was impressive.
How many drones was that, Al?
I don't know. I didn't ask. I just showed up as a true spectator. But the first night they could not get a GPS lock, so they canceled the show and they did it the next day. The next.
Oh,
So yeah, because if one of those drones doesn't have the same GPS position as the other one, it's not going to be able to orchestrate everything
oh,
together.
those things have to be precise.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to be very precise.
Now, can you imagine a rogue, just one drone crashing all the other ones?
That's
Maybe
right.
it'll take them all out and it'll go drone hunting or something. It'll be the
Uh,
worst nightmare.
and this is what I like to do for fun, right here.
Oh, this is not AI, Al.
This is not AI. This is actually it is AI because it's
I know
tracked.
it is. It is kind of AI, right?
Well, you can't trust what video, pictures, and audio nowadays, right?
I know, right? Well, I just met these guys. I was just finished doing the hydrofoil, which is the air chair thing, and I said, "Hey, man, you guys want me to do a shot of you guys pulling out of here?" And this is the shot I got. Um, I followed it about maybe 1.5 kilometers, so
Mm.
almost a mile. Um, so I thought it'd be interesting to see what it looked like from straight up. So I was
That's pretty cool looking. Yeah.
trying to do a catch up here, catch up, and I mean this is the middle of the week in the middle, kind of like the big lake, and it's still pretty doable. So this is North Carolina, excuse me, Lake Afton, and it's actually pretty close to the big dam.
I am really surprised you're the only. That's the only boat out there right now. That's
I
usually
know.
pretty busy around there.
And look how far out I am. I decided to drop in on him and get real close and personal.
Hmm.
And like I said, I was over a kilometer here, and then I started to get a little break up, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I should get too close and personal at this far distance.
Okay.
But he had a really good time, and he let me use his board afterwards and he actually pulled me with his boat. So
Oh, no.
I go, hey, can I get a pull? And he just gave me a big pull, man. So I did basically the same run he did. So I had a different style. I cut more smaller guy. He's a really big dude here. So yeah, this is where I started losing the signals. But if you look at it, I mean, it's been running for probably 3 or 4 minutes chase. And to your point, Brad, that's why you would need a long battery to keep up with a long run like this.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that and if you're reaching out and going some distance, you want to make sure you got enough battery to get back home.
Absolutely. And this is my cue to get back home. This is raw footage. I have not done anything with it. And there's the lake right there. That's a big
Wow,
place.
that's
Nice,
gorgeous.
nice reveal shot there. Coming on back.
Yeah. And now I got to get my butt back. Right. And you can finally see another wake here on the left, Brad. You were talking about you hadn't seen another boat, and finally
Yep, I see that now.
you can see that second wake coming in.
Yep, there's a boat off in the distance as well. I see beyond where y'all were at. Looks like.
Mhm. All right,
But
so I'm going to stop presenting that. Remove. All right, so we all agree that the Air 3 is going to be pretty nice platform, right?
yeah.
And it's
Oh yeah.
probably going to suck a lot of the dollars out of people's wallet that are looking to buy something, right? Upgrade from maybe a Mini. Um,
Yeah, that would be a good upgrade. I think, it depends on where folks are financially. I'm going to wait, of course. I'm not going to buy this and have the Air 2S at the same time. I've got to, just like when I did the Avata, I've had to sell some stuff to be able to purchase that, and been working my way up to having that full kit. And now I've got to think about what I'm going to do for the future with an Air 3, if that, depending on what I want to do. But that's not going to be right away. That's going to be a while. Let's see. Like I said, just give it some time. And I love my Air 2S. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a fully capable drone. The Mini 3 is Mini 3 Pro is another one. So my trifecta right now is the Avata, the Air 2S, and the Mini 3 Pro, and that's a nice setup right there.
mhm. And you're diverging a little bit more into the FPV world too, so that's why.
Yeah.
Jenna, you've been at it for a while, over what, 2 years now at PBM? So, yeah, that's about what I've been doing, about 2 years at FPV, and it's definitely
Yeah,
it
Jenna,
definitely makes you
you've
fly.
been 2 years or so in it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
definitely makes you fly your picture drone better, don't you think, Jenna? Once you start FPVing?
Yeah, it's like I said, having those three different types of drones. Your
Yeah.
picture drone. Now you got me saying it, Al. I mean, it's good.
I know it stinks, right?
picture
It
drone.
does. Oh my God. It's like a Velcro. It's seriously, that and the cinema. Whoops, our little. I'll say it.
Yeah.
Our Avata here. So I got a drink. So
Avada,
I never get
What
home.
a
Um,
Avada.
and then FPV. They're just. It's a different flight experience, and
Yes.
um, the O3. Which I haven't flown yet, though I will. It's you
well,
know
for
how's
your
that going to do? I mean,
report.
is it going to replace these guys, right? Because I'm not necessarily, if I'm flying, when I fly, you know, the drone from Mr. Generous, of which I'll call Ken, which I think, might be generous. Um, I'm not going to put it on here because
Right.
it'll be a cleaner flight experience in a way. Plus I don't have to worry about smashing one of these up because these things aren't cheap.
Yeah, it's true.
They are not. As a matter
And
of fact, talking about that, there's their mistake right there.
yeah,
You
Oh,
see that mistake right there.
yeah.
yeah, mine's not quite that. It's only just nicked on the top, so it's and it's got a scratch. It's
Now those
very
are easy.
You know what? Go ahead and get your UV filter, put it on there. That way, at least protects. That's what I did. I broke. This is a UV filter here, just a UV. That's it. And that's kind of. They're so easy to replace.
yeah, just twist and turn. But this one's on there pretty good. I banged it pretty good, so I might need a
They're
pair of
pretty.
pliers to get this
Now,
one
how much?
on.
How much is a replacement lens for that? It's probably not that bad, is it?
You get a replacement set for like $40.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It'll come to like 3 to 4 lenses.
yeah. And I got two of these in the sitting over there. It's just that it's still usable for what I do.
Yeah, exactly. And the stabilization is all we want because they've done such a good job stabilizing. But like you said, the O3 is got every stabilization available for it, and it's kind of all built in, for the
Yeah,
feet, of course.
and that's the future of I think
FPV.
these types of drones because it's there. I mean, do you really need? I mean, maybe if it's a more specialized this, that, or whatever, maybe going for something a little bit better. But for the casual flyer, YouTuber, extreme influencer that we are, that we don't need necessarily the high end. And like I said, these things aren't cheap.
Yeah, and Jim just said that the O3 is the best option for FPV. It is so true. It is well worth the money too.
Yeah.
From seeing Brad's video and actually his Avata. Yeah, I mean, and the O3 is the way to go.
Yeah, now and then the Air, the DJI Air 3 is going to be the O4 system, right? It's going to be a new system. And
Yeah, and the problem I had like 2 of these still left over, so I'm trying to build them out at speed. And just gonna hammer it, and when they break, they break, and then I'll migrate over to the O3. But I still got too many builds going on.
Maybe since these things are getting lighter and better and extra. I mean, heck, what if you put 2 cameras on this thing?
Right, one facing backwards.
Yeah,
right.
That would be cool.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
fun.
Yep. All right. So, what do you guys think? Has Avata changed the landscape of the FPV market and the FPV community? What are your thoughts, Jenna? We'll start off.
Yes, because there's no way I would have flown my Air 2S or even a smaller FPV drone through the back of the thingy that they were moving the logs with.
Okay.
And I flew through it. I mean, yeah, and it wasn't, the opening is only like this big or something.
Right.
And so to fly this through slowly. I didn't zip through it, but I felt comfortable just going.
That's the thing. That's Chris. He's always talking about his confidence meter, right?
Oh, yeah, sunrise water meter.
It gives you that extra security knowing that if you hit something, you're going to bounce off it anyway. And it's probably the flight controller is probably going to try to save it, because it's a freaking good setup.
What reminds me of when we went up to fly with Rodney up at the church, his church, and I was flying through that sign that, it's hard to show you on the screen here, but it was, I mean, at least probably 2 feet, 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet tall. I don't know. It might have been a little bit bigger than that. I didn't walk out there and measure it, but I was flying through that. The first time I went through it was about 5 miles an hour. Then I picked up speed the next time. And some of the last times I was flying through it with the confidence I was getting, I was flying through it at about 28 miles an hour. So, I mean, you coming at a target that quick, it's hard to hit it dead on unless you kind of feel confident about the drone and your own flying. And those I didn't have the bumpers on. I didn't have the ribs on mine at the time, so it would have probably cracked if I'd have hit it. It probably would have cracked the frame, but it was fun though. It's always fun to go back and look at the video. It's amazing. It gives you like another whole sense of it.
And the thing is, Brett, it's like quadcopters. The tech was saying that crashed theirs right in 37 miles an hour, and you pick up almost right where you leave off, and the confidence that gives you opportunity. Right, to try something new, to be, to learn, because you're not going to learn. Without opportunity, you won't learn. And so, in a way, it's good because it'll literally propel, what you do and how you do it, and the confidence that you have. So it's going to just propel the use of drones further.
You know what adds to my confidence is I bought 2 years of Care refresh. I don't want to have to use it. but I did buy it, so I got 2 years on the Avata.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, that's good. That's smart.
yeah, I just didn't feel like, being my first FPV type drone. I know it's not full FPV, but especially the way I fly it with the wanker or the motion controller, or I haven't even used the sticks on it yet. I do have the RC, the FPV RC for it, but I just haven't flown it like that yet. I just love flying with the goggles and the motion controllers. That I don't know, the immersive part of it really excites me, and I enjoy it. I just enjoy flying. I fly out here in the backyard quite a bit. And, it's fun.
Yeah.
It really is fun, man.
Yep.
We gotta. You know what? It's really once you get once you get that, good confidence, like Jenna was talking about, then you can fly anywhere you want and feel really confident about it. And then when you fly together, like let's see, all three of us should get together and fly together. It makes it even more fun because you're like, hey, 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 you getting a little too close to me. And so those dynamics always makes it more, enjoyable for me because you end up basically teamwork and not to hit each other, right?
We know something that's something
Yeah.
I started doing. Right after the Avata came out, Johnny the drum flyer got one, and then Marcus Idaho Quadcopters got one after a while there, and I watched the flying styles and their progression and how they were getting better and better in the videos. And Johnny was one. I know his neighborhood, so I was seeing things that I recognized. But it's just cool that he can run up and down the street around the neighbors' houses, family houses, and a sign here or there. And that's what I was kind of wanting to do to hone my skills on that once I got one. And so I learned a lot before I even put my hands on my own Avata. So just by watching the videos.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's the more and more you fly, it just becomes part of you, right? So, have at it, Jenna. Get that big 5 incher, give it hell, you
Yeah.
know.
I love it. I mean, it's fun.
Beats that they will take it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
That thing-
everybody's got to have at least 5 inches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta
Keep it
have that.
clean. Just saying.
Just
Don't
say,
go there.
this- okay, we'll leave that one alone for a little bit.
Yeah. Here we go.
I'll cover my ears.
We can play with that one off.
I know. It's a family show. It's a family show.
Okay, moving on, guys. I have a video here I want to show you. Oh gosh, that's funny as hell. Um, yeah, you better start drinking, Brad.
No, I need my liquor now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna bust open this big bottle of wine.
Too late.
All right. You know who I heard from the other day was Fred Johnson. He seems to be doing okay. He got himself back together, but he's continually running some health challenges. So let's hope he gets better. And hope he gets back on his feet and gets going. And hope he gets in a happy spot. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Jim's journey was saying, tell the truth, Brad. You were jealous everyone else was having fun with the Avata. He's absolutely right about that. When we were at South Florida drone meetup, there was, I don't know how many people had the Avatas, and it hadn't been out that long. And I mean, yes, well, it has been out a while, but I hadn't known anybody that had an Avata. And I saw all those drones there, and the FOMO, FOMO, it really kicked in on me, the
Thank you,
missing out.
Bill.
So,
Bill
oh,
just dropped.
Bill,
Yeah,
hey,
Metro
Bill,
Drones,
Metro
man.
Drones. Hey, Bill, hey, good to
Thank
see
you,
you.
buddy.
Hope to see you at Minefield or Spin Up this year.
So I did one of Lee Besting's. No, wait, Yellow Rose deal. So
Yeah, legal.
yeah, I was at. vacationing, and somebody saw me flying my drone, and they said, "Hey, can you do the house inspection?" Well, I was like, "Hey, well, I'm a commercial drone pilot, sure." And he's like, "How much you charge?" And I'm like, "How much you got?" you know, just just kidding me. He goes, "Couple hundred, would that work?" I said, "Sure, that'll work." And I'm just so. Let's see. Maybe I could play this file if I can remember where it's at. But his roof was a mess. So I'm not going to show his roof, but I was going to show the pretty lake, pretty river. So you saw Lake Caston earlier, and then on the 5th of July, I decided to spend that whole weekend in the Rappahannock River. And man, that Rappahannock River is a lot bigger than you think, Brad. I mean,
Yeah, I've been on it some, but just a very small part of it. And I know it's probably, I've only been on it around Tappahannock. Carrie and I, my wife and I have been on it a little bit, but not much.
yeah, it's a lot bigger than you think. Um, so yeah, let me find the file name. But hey, what did you do for the 4th of July, guys? Tell me a little bit what you guys did. I didn't hear.
Jenna, you can go first.
I think I flew the Avata around the yard. That's about it. I didn't really do
How about fun?
anything. Yeah, I didn't go anywhere. Didn't do much of anything. It was for well that weekend. Friday it was rainy. Saturday it was rainy. Sunday I think it was rainy, and it cleared up Sunday night. No, it wasn't because the 4th was on Tuesday. Monday afternoon it started to clear up, and I just had more work to do around the yard and stuff.
So you took a little breaky and you flew. Well, that's
Yeah,
nice.
took a little break and I flew, and now I got enough logs cut down for Paul Bunyan in the back.
Hey, I tell you what, Brad and I we've been using our laser engravers, and we've been looking for wood that's about this big.
Mm-hmm. To make
Uh-huh.
coasters.
So
Like
make coat.
coaster thingies.
Yeah, so
Like,
that's
like
like 4 inch
I
or
got a
something.
ton, and I'm not kidding.
Now, what kind of wood?
It's ash.
an ash.
Ooh, that would be good.
That
It's a
might
hardwood.
engrave pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hardwood. I mean,
So just if you could
yeah,
save some firewood size,
I got a
you know, as big
And
as your
you
legs, the calves, bigger your calves.
some
yeah.
anywhere from about
Yeah, like now.
three and a
I,
half to 4.5 inches. Yeah.
it's
It's
no
perfect.
there or there or there or there. I'm not kidding.
I got it. I got it. I'm not
Whatever you
touching that one. No
The
going
problem
nowhere.
with that is cutting thin slices out of something this big is hard to do.
Well, I can cut it. I mean, because I have a chainsaw. So I can.
Yeah,
But
that's true. Yeah, you got a good chainsaw, that'll work. But you can use a chop saw if you're doing smaller stuff, and you can cut,
now that
repeatedly.
I have, because I've got a
Yep.
couple of those in the basement.
Yeah. So
And
that
all we
cuts.
need is the big pieces, right, Brad? So
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. No, I could get you an assortment.
And
that would be good.
Johnny said he flew 2 batteries while he was listening to us in the show on his Avata. On his Avata.
Okay, so
Cool.
this is the Rappahannock River at 7 in the morning. No, 6:30 in the morning. Earlier than that,
The
maybe.
sunrise.
And my boat's sitting right here, and you can't see it. But yeah, this is what the Rappahannock looks like at the little town called Tappahannock. And there's some monstrous homes here, man. They're
It's
just,
gorgeous.
yeah, it really is pretty.
The water looked pretty calm that morning.
Yeah, this is the barefooting morning. So went out and did a little barefooting, and then came back, and then my boat broke. And I'm still working on it. Um, but yeah, and this is what it looks like. Let me see if I speed it up.
And Marcus is in. How you doing, Marcus?
And like right in the center of, well, too late now, but I keep my boat right up here. But I just wanted to get a picture of the little creek coming in here and see all the eddies. It's kind of interesting how it looks, when it comes into the bay or into a river.
It's kind of stuff you don't normally see from ground level.
Yeah. And so I wanted to do a little kind of feature that and just kind of run down the coast a little bit. And there's the homes. And you will, right before you get these set of homes here, there'll be these. Right now, the trees are coming in a picture, and that's where my boat is right there, where the tree is in that boathouse right there.
Yeah.
So it's just easy to get in, easy to get out. But you'll see later here, some of these homes just start getting bigger and bigger and bigger, man. They're just like huge. Yeah,
Property's getting bigger as well.
and that's a brand new one being built right there. It looks like
Yeah, it
tennis
looks like.
courts and
Holy crap.
Here comes a monster one.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and
Wow.
so this part of the town is so cute. I mean, it's such a cute town, and it's got Walmart too, and it's in the middle of nowhere. And so that's what the Rappahannock River looks like, guys. And
Well, once a little town gets a Walmart, they put it on that town on a map, I think.
I know, it's so true. And wouldn't it be nice to be playing tennis and you watching all the boats go by,
Yeah.
I mean, they really have it going on. So that's it. I'm going to stop sharing.
Which drone was that, Al? I missed that part.
This one was just Air 2. It
Okay.
wasn't S. My 2S has been having a little bit of a little jitter.
Oh.
So I got to calibrate it, so I didn't take it with me. So.
Well, we were
Jenna,
talking
you told
about.
me to calibrate it? Calibrate the gyros? What was it? You were telling me I was getting that little jitter. I did all that and fixed it.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Yeah. And then you also said to reseat the cable going into the cameras. I think I did that too. So it seems but now I got to calibrate it. I did all that, so I did got to calibrate it. So
I was my 4th of July. I'll tell you about mine real quick. Carrie and I, my wife and I, went on vacation the weekend before 4th of July, and went down to Pensacola, Florida, to visit family. And they live within 2.5 miles of Andrews Air Force Base, which is where the Blue Angels are based out of, or come out of. So I took 3 drones with me. I took the Avata, I took the Air 2S, and I took the Mini 3 Pro. Well, because of the NF, let's see, no flight restrictions, TFRs and NFZs, I couldn't fly none of those drones within about a 30-mile radius of that place.
oh my
So
goodness.
there was a huge, huge red circle
No fly
encompassing
zone.
that area, which I'm
Yeah.
sure was because the Blue Angels were flying a show the following weekend, the weekend after 4th of July, for Pensacola Beach. And we left on the day of that. But where the family lives, you can sit out in the driveway, and the Blue Angels practice sometimes right above the house. I mean, and my wife got a couple of snapshots, and I did too, of them coming in the kind of the diamond shape right across within just a couple hundreds of feet above the house
Wow.
in some cases. So I didn't you just don't know when they're coming. You got to sit out there, and you got to be so ready if you want to take a picture with your phone or with some other type of camera. And then, I mean, it's before you know it, you hear them, and they're gone. I mean, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, they're gone.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So we got to see a little bit of that from the house. We didn't go to the beach. It was so hot, that typical down there, but we didn't take the boat out. There's a lot of people in the water, thousands of people in the water for the Blue Angels show. We did go to New Orleans, French Quarter, for an overnight stay. From there, it's about a 4-hour drive with traffic and tunnel and stuff. So I didn't take my drones with me there because it was just a quick overnight kind of a turn and burn is what I called it with family. So we did a little riverboat cruise. This was the day after 4th of July. So that was about it. I mean, drove down in one day, drove back in a day. It's like 14 hours, 10 minutes, something like that.
Hey, I just want to welcome Marcus.
Hey,
I
yeah,
don't know
Marcus.
and Johnny Drone Flyers here, of course. Mark R. White is here. Thanks, and Joe. Thanks for dropping by, man. So continue, Brad. Sorry to
Oh no,
interrupt.
so that was about it. I mean, it was a good week. We had time. We ate a lot of good food. We drank, a few adult beverages, maybe more than a few. Um, but it was fun.
Hey, you only had to walk back, right? So it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. We're very thankful we didn't get into more traffic either going or coming. We went down on a Friday, the weekend before 4th of July, and drove the whole way down in 14 hours and 10 minutes, about 940 miles. And then on Saturday after 4th of July, I drove back and almost exactly the same thing, 14 hours and 10 minutes. We hit a couple of things in Atlanta, Georgia area, and got hung up there for a half an hour or so. But other than that, I mean, I was pleasantly surprised on how easy that was, travel wise. But that was about it. And on 4th of July, we just did a little cookout at the house and hung around there.
That sounds nice. Did you do anything special on the 4th? Did you go see parades? Anybody on the chat? Did anybody go, or was in a parade?
Nope.
Yeah, I used to do that. I have not done that in a long time. Go watch a parade.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in forever.
I know. We got to put out a red, white, and blue one and run out there one day, right?
Right. Yeah, Jim was saying, "Oh, that's a shame. Would have been cool." Yeah, it would have been cool if I could have had some drones up, or if that's what you're speaking of. Yeah, in a couple of different places, and I guess New Orleans is another one. But I think there's a lot of restrictions around there as well, the French Quarter and stuff like that.
Maybe so, Brad.
But yeah, it's all good. I tend to take my drones a lot of places and don't fly them very much because I talk too much.
No.
It's tough being a social butterfly.
A social.
You're the perfect social butterfly, Brad.
I can't wait till Minefield. I'm looking forward to that. I know Al and myself. I'm driving, but Al's going to ride with me, and Rodney Bell's going to come to Richmond, and we're going to leave out and drive it. It's 11 and a half hours from Richmond, so we're going to do that on the Friday before Minefield and stay the weekend near there, and then come on back the following Monday. So that'll be fun. Hopefully we'll see some of the folks in the chat there. I know there's a couple of people that are saying they're not coming that are in the chat. I won't call any names, but sure would like to see everybody, regardless of who the gathering's for. You should come and hang out with everybody else. So you know who I'm talking. You know who you are. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then Spin Up, of course, is coming in October. That's a little tougher for a lot of folks because it's so expensive. We've got the Formula, the F1 race. It's going to be in Austin the same weekend, and hotels are at a premium. But thankfully, I'm sharing a room with Michael Wright right near the Spin Up for Saturday at the hotel right there right in the same area, and then that's gonna be fun. It'll be fun. I'm flying there this time. I drove last time. I'm flying this time.
You flying this time, right?
Yeah. Don't have a lot of time to be spending 3 days on the road going and coming back.
Okay, what am I doing here? All right, let's speed this thing up. This is what the ending shot of that video. I think I'm gonna just poor guy. He didn't know I'm watching him. He's over there trying to get his gear off, and this is the shot. I took this whole shot just for this right here. That's it. That's all I was gonna do. I was gonna end it with a, out of control. So that was the end shot there. I sat there and hovered right on top of him for a while. He didn't even know I was there. you know, right there. He's like checking his phone, got more messages. He's trying to get the other guy's trying to get all his gear off. So
Yeah,
I'll
probably
stop.
trying to stay cool. He's in the water, so he's staying cool at the same time, but
Yeah,
he's still working on his gear, right?
yeah, he's still working on his gear. So anyway, Jim Joni says, I'll be there. Thanks, man. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be fun. Yeah, that's a whole different experience. Jenna, have you been to Minefield? You were at
Oh,
Minefield once, didn't you?
No, I have not. I haven't had.
oh,
I have. I'm hoping I'll go this year, but with I'm not here, but I'm having plans drawn up for the house that I want in Tennessee.
yeah.
Hmm.
So if they can time it just right, that they've got the plans, the builder says they can build it, then the next step will be to purchase the lot. So if I time it, and if I can, okay, great, come down, purchase the lot, then I'll
Yeah.
time it so that I can go down during Minefield.
How far of a drive is that for you?
About 13 hours.
Okay. Yeah, similar to us. So he's a little bit further than us.
Yeah. No, it's a day's drive.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah, absolutely. A day or overnight if you want to break it up a little bit. That's a tough one. Like that 14 hours I did back from Pensacola or down there and back
yeah.
each way. It's a tough day. My wife
It,
said she didn't want to do that
yeah,
anymore.
it depends on the car. Like I've got a minivan, so that I can drive all day. If I'm in the Camry, 4 hours. But the Sienna, yeah, I could drive that all day.
Yeah. Is it the wheelbase? It just kind of floats really nice and it's just
That
up
seat,
high.
it's higher. I'm
Yeah.
sitting. It's more of a seat, and it's
You
comfortable.
can
Where
see
I'm
everything.
choosing
Yeah.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I prefer driving my truck too in long distances because of the wheelbase. Um,
Yeah. And
it's not a nervous ride. It's nice and comfy. That's why
that's
the
why
Cadillacs are so nice, right?
that's why we're taking my truck because it's going to be a nice, comfortable ride. Yeah, I mean that way, you guys can be comfortable while I'm driving, and it's a lot of space. I don't have a very long bed on that truck, but it should hold all of our stuff.
That's a lot of hours, man. If you do those
Yeah,
three, I don't know.
that
I got
is.
to talk to Dennis too. Dennis wants to do the whole drive to
Well, yeah.
Texas.
Remember, we drove from Austin, Texas, in one day from Spin Up 2021. We drove the whole way back to Atlanta, Georgia. What was that? 18 hours, Al? I think.
Yeah,
Dennis was driving his car, and you rode with him. I don't know majority of the trip, but you rode with me a little bit. But
yeah.
that was a whirlwind of a trip. 18 hours from Austin to his house.
And it's nice to see there's other lead foots out there. You know,
Dennis, Dennis, Dennis is crazy fast.
Dennis Dennis has got a good lead foot. I was like, man, I like your style, just like mine.
He scared me a couple times.
Well, I had Brad meet me at the house, and we were going to do a sunset cruise up at Liberty Hill Park. And I go, Brad, you got to follow me. Sunset's coming. And we get there. He goes, I've never driven that fast before. I was like, oh, sorry. I didn't know I was driving
I mean, I've
fast.
told I used to drive very fast, and I got a lot of speeding tickets when I was younger. But I learned my lesson and kind of slowed down over the years. And so I'm trying to keep my nose clean. Insurance is bad enough as it is. I don't need tickets or an accident put on top of
Agreed.
everything else.
Yeah, agreed.
But I see we're getting close to the top of the hour, Al.
I see that.
Yeah.
It's the show went by fast.
Yeah, it's
Not
been a
too
while
bad.
since I had a chance to chat. So I want
Looks
to
like
let
we're
everybody.
losing a few people in the chat. We had 23 at one point. We got 14 right now.
Awesome.
But
Awesome. Thanks for
good
coming.
conversation. Yep. Looking forward. Maybe next time we get together, the Air 3 will be out, and we don't have to speculate anymore. Or we've seen a lot of leaks, and maybe it'll be out next time.
Yeah, let's hope so because it's definitely God, DJI uses us so well, don't they, for
Oh
marketing?
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah. I'm sure the leaks are on purpose in a lot of ways, a lot of
Yeah.
times.
Well, it's marketing, right? Because I
Yeah.
mean, how many people are going to pick up on it?
Well, the
Use it.
buzzword, the speculation is crazy. Once somebody hears about something like this, our community goes nuts. Everybody's channels talking about it, and the speculation is crazy busy. Everybody, even right up to the last minute, and then there's going to be more talk about it once it actually hits the streets.
We're
Oh God.
worse than teenagers. I'm telling you, we're
That's right.
worse than teenagers. We just happen to have money.
True, true.
Yep.
Jimmy J, see you later. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks,
Yep,
guys.
we got to cut it short. I'm looking forward. Maybe next week, Al, maybe the World Drone Community, you and Robbie, may be doing something. If not, we'll be back in 2 weeks with Duranify.
Yep, we'll definitely
Jenna,
gonna get
hopefully,
back on.
hopefully you can join us again, Jenna.
Oh God. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yep. Good.
Well, anything you want to promote, Brad, before we drop? Jenna, anything you guys want to promote before we
I
drop?
don't have any. I don't have anything. Just looking forward to seeing folks at Minefield, and I know that's still about 6 weeks away, whatever it is. I forgot when it is.
It
No, about
is.
5 weeks. 5 weeks away, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think my July is going to go by so fast. Next weekend I'm in Virginia Beach, and then after that we're at Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Easy
Yeah.
time.
No. Next weekend is trees in the back. Weekend after that is garage sale. Looking forward to it.
Oh man, make some money.
Yeah. I'm
All
just
right.
happy. I just want this. I just want it to go. Just
Okay, you gonna put any 5-inch drones out there? I might drive up for that.
no. I think I'm going to hang on to that one.
I would, both of those for sure.
Yep.
All right. With that said, let's wave goodbye to everybody. Thank you guys for coming by. Thank you so
Everybody.
much.
Thanks for
Yeah.
stopping in.
Everybody, take care.
Have a
Fly safe.
great week, guys. Bye bye.
Yep.